Hi everybody. So welcome to the Tribe Empowerment Souls community. And this group is all about talking about, living a better life, how we can create that, create more confidence, resilience, happiness, health, better relationships, money. Did I say money? Empowerment, and all of these things are yours. But when we can, take action a certain way, because it's 95% mindset and 5% strategy, and that strategy is actually action. So we've got to be on our game with our mindset. Okay, so this group is to encourage you to positively get to your highest potential and remove those limiting beliefs that are keeping us stuck and stagnant, and we don't really want them because they're stopping where we want to go, right? So, all the world's leaders, all people, scientific backgrounds, theology, the best successful people in the world all agree on one thing, and that is we are what we think about. So what are we thinking on a daily basis? Even the stuff that we're not aware of what we're thinking, can we catch what we are thinking? Is it positive? Is it negative? And we can tell what that is because we can look at our results. Okay, so I just want to talk about risk taking today. I haven't done a video on here for a while since my masterclass, so I just want to talk about something that I found this weekend. And I just want to read this piece of literature. So it says, to laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out for another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas, your dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To hope is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. So risk, if you don't take a risk, you'll avoid the suffering or the pain that you assume is attached to that risk. But if you don't take a risk, you won't learn, you won't feel, you won't change, and you don't grow. And that means if you're not having those things, you're not living. That's not living. And loving, that's how we love. If we don't take those chances, their opportunities, we won't know. We won't live and we won't love. So the greatest hazard is to risk nothing. That only a person who risks is free. Like naturally, when we were younger, as babies, we are natural born risk takers, and we fall. We try to walk and we fall over, and we bang our head, and we get up, and we don't consider the consequences of falling, and we keep doing it until we're successful, because we know what we want to do, and we know where we're going, and we know that it's possible. And falling is the consequence to learning. We learn. This is a natural progression. So why can't we use that consideration when we're moving around in the world, when we know we want more, we know there's something in us that piques our interest, that we feel like we want to create, we want to do something more, but we don't have a purpose, and we need to explore that. Why can't we take that consideration of the baby, taking steps, like small steps, and we might fall and we might stumble. Why don't we accept that we will stumble into unknown areas? Why don't we just, especially when an opportunity is there for us to grow and to learn and to be better, why don't we take that opportunity? this is like climbing that mountain. You have to take certain steps to get to the summit. It's not just, you're not just going to turn up at a mountain without any equipment, without any guidance, without any of the requisites. You've got to get to base camp before you even get to the summit. So we've got to have the certain things before a baby can walk to the other side of the room. It might have to crawl. But we're just like, no, I need the thing now. But there's certain things in life, and these are the lessons that we learn, opportunities involve people helping us. So we don't have to know everything ourselves. We have to be willing to learn and to grow and to have people help us. Or we don't take any action. We don't have to be perfect at this. We can have that guidance, we're here to all help each other. And the reason I'm saying this is because this weekend I met some people, and one of the guys was particularly interesting and very entertaining person. And he said, I've been wanting to drive, I love to drive a car, but I know how to drive the car. Any car, I can tell you, I was sat in the passenger seat and I can tell you how to drive the car and what to do and what to look out for, but I can't drive. I can't actually physically drive, get into the behind the steering wheel and drive. And I was like, how long have you been wanting to drive? And he said like 15 years, I think. And I was like, so you've been waiting 15 years actually wanting to drive, and he's like, I can't physically do it. So I was like, well, that word can't. I mean, why are you even saying that to yourself? Like, you've actually just struck yourself off and just said, I can't do it, and that's that. So why are you even saying that to yourself? The real win for that guy would have been to just go and do it and have that confidence and gain the experience, which translates into like opportunities and growth for him. But he was adamant. He was like, no. He just was like, no. And that is, I can't, is we use it so often, so frequently, and it just stops. It stops everything. And it's a word that parents like use around children. Children pick it up and before long it's buried into the subconscious mind, this word can't, and it paralyzes our life, and it switches onto that negative frequency, and it flows on into a momentum where you justify to yourself, you come up with all the reasons that you're not able to do what you really want to do. And it's such a shame, and he just couldn't see it. And I was just like, he's been in the habit of saying that to himself, even though he really, really wants to go in and drive that car or drive a car. But I was like, what if, is it possible that you could drive? Is that even possible that you could do it? And it threw him out of this state of logic that he was stuck in. And this is the paradigm. And he was like, well, it's possible, but I can't. So we just kept going back to this, I can't. So I said, well, I'm not telling you that you're gonna do it. I'm just saying, is it possible to sort of loosen that rigid perception of who he is and what he's capable of doing? And it just seems so normal for us, to be able to get in a car, because it is just, but even I've met people who couldn't even leave the house. They just couldn't do it. Now that's something they've convinced themselves, like a habit over time of not being able to do something. So I just want to sort of say this, because this is something that's you can absolutely do anything, but you've got to start telling yourself, I can. You know, I can is far more important than IQ. And also I met somebody and he was saying, okay, I'll try to do it. I'll try to change something that he really wanted. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll go back to, you know, I'll be okay and I'll go back to him. It's like, well, no, there's no B plan. You know, you commit and you make that decision and you stay in your decision. You know, if it's come from a good place, if it's come from a very positive place, you know, it's a win for you, it's a win for that person, it's a win for your growth. And, you know, if it's in that higher state of love and acceptance, and I don't mean love like, love, you know, but it is like, it's a real harmony, you know. Because sometimes we get off, we say love and it feels like, oh, it's romantic love. It's not. It's just like a love for yourself. It's a real having, well, just love, like having a real power for yourself, being your own best friend or what have you. Anyway, I digress. So I just wanted to start saying to yourself, you know, I can. You know, taking risks is essential, and we've got to not limit ourselves anymore. So make a decision right now to change playing it safe, because playing it safe will just keep you stuck in your logic and keep you where you are. You've got to grow. You know, there's something a lot bigger than you that is in charge of your growth, and if you resist it, your life will get tricky, and then you start like not sleeping and getting anxiety and depression because you're resisting it. So you can grow peacefully and in harmony, or you can grow and have difficulty. So I just wanted to talk about that, because saying I can't, it is a habit that we have, and it's got to be stopped. Because if you really want to be doing something, then I can is the way forward. Yeah. Okay. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks. Bye.